Hey guys, it's Nikki. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing like a chit chat. Get ready with me. Get some coffee. This makeup look is going to be a Christmas inspired makeup look. So I'm thinking like green eyes, some gold liner, a red lip. I'm feeling like Mr. Grinch vibes, but like glam. So I figured what better day to do that than today, and we literally have a few days till Christmas. So if you're feeling Christmassy and festive-y and you want to do a makeup tutorial like this on Christmas where it's got the Christmas colors but it's glam, stay tuned. So in today's video I am going to go into my Morphe Jeffree Star palette because I love the greens down in here. These greens are super pretty. I don't know if I'm really going to play with this dark olive green. I kind of want to play with Glam Rapids, which is this really beautiful like lighter green. But we're definitely getting into the greens today because, and I will throw in a few darker colors too just to kind of even it all out. But we're definitely getting into these greens because these greens are super pretty. And these are the greens that I'm going for. I don't want to go I don't want to do something that's like super like dark smoky green. I want to do lighter greens. So these are perfect for what I'm looking for. So this is what I'm using. You can get this palette from all Morphe stores, their website, as well as Ulta. So yes, that's where you can get this for anyone who was wondering. I'm pretty sure this is still in stock. I got it when it first launched from the Morphe website, and this has honestly been one of my favorite palettes. So we're going to use that today, and without further ado, I guess we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to prime my eyes with my concealer that I'm going to be using today. This is just the e.l.f. 16 Hour Wear Concealer, and then I'm just going to apply some tape. I'm sorry if you can hear the geese outside. They're flying over my apartment right now, so that's probably what you hear. But we're going in with this Morphe J Star palette, and the first thing I'm going to use is the shade Lynn right here, and it's this really pretty matte cream shade. I am just going to take this and I am just going to set this concealer on my eyes. This is going to set that concealer so that way it doesn't crease. I even do this with my eye primer too. I go back and forth. Sometimes I like using primer and then sometimes I like using concealer. I definitely want to go back. I used to use, like a while ago, I used to use MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and then I ran out of it and I just never got more, so I should probably go get more because I really do enjoy that. I almost said concealer. I really do enjoy that primer. So now we're going to go in with the first shade here, and actually I'm going to go in with a light transition shade. I lied. I'm going to go in with the shade 1985 right here, which is right next to Lynn. I thought I was going to do a green transition shade, but then I decided probably be better to do a light one. That way we have something to actually like transition to that's not green. So I'm just going to apply this all in my transition area. What I like about this transition shade is it's really light, but it's really pretty. So it's just a very pretty natural color that you can wear with anything. So it's not really going to add anything like super dramatic to that transition area. So that way when we apply other colors on top, it's not going to make a super huge difference, but it's just going to do enough to where you have a nice neutral shade to blend those shades into, because even though we're doing an all green look, I do want something neutral in there. That way we have like a home base when it comes to blending, so that way it doesn't all like look like a green pukey mess on our eyeballs. I just kind of messily like run this over my eye once I'm done with that transition area just to kind of put it all over. So with a Jeffree Star brush here, I'm going to take the shade Nate, which is this dark green, or not dark green, bright green right there. I'm going to apply this directly in the crease. I'm using the Morphe Jeffree Star collab brushes because I love those brushes so much. They've kind of taken over my brush collection, if you will. I'm just applying this all over the crease of the eye. As you can see, this is super pigmented, and paired with that transition shade is not going to alter that color which is what I wanted. I did not want it to be like a super dark transition shade, because then this green would not be as vibrant. It would show up as a darker green, so that's what I like about it. Now we're going to go in with this shade called What's the Tea, and it's still kind of got a green tint to it. It's just more on like the pukey green side, so I'm going to apply this actually in my outer corner and in my lower crease. More of like a mustardy, pukey green color, but we are going to blend it out with a different color here to make it look better along those other greens. So now I'm just going to go in with like a smaller blending brush, and I'm going to take the shade Wake and Bake right here, which is this kind of more, I don't know how to describe it, like actual baby puke. And I'm just going to basically blend out that outer part where I have that What's the Tea shade as well as Nate shade, and we're just gonna like blend all of that together, kind of blend this in between the two shades, that way they blend into each other seamlessly. And now I'm just gonna go in with just a little bit more Nate, and we're gonna blend just everything that we have in that crease together. And I'm just going to take a little bit more of What's the Tea and put that in the lower crease as well, just to kind of darken up that color. So now I'm going to go in with the black here, which is Fast Lane, and I'm just going to apply this in like the very outer V, because this is going to give this look a little bit more smokiness and dimension, which is something that you kind of do want with greens, because you kind of want it to blend into something. So I'm just going to take this in the outer corner just to make it a little bit more on the smoky side, and then I'll blend it out. So after that, I'm going to take just this fluffy brush, which is a super big fluffy brush. I'm going to go in with the shade Back right here, which is a super light transition shade as well. But I'm just going to go on top of all of these colors just to blend it together. I'm not going to do a lot. I'm just going to do a brush dip. And this is just going to blend everything together. I'm mainly applying it at the very top here, but this just gives everything an overall blend. And that way, it's just all seamlessly blended. You don't look like you have any chopped lines. And I'm just going in with basically a lighter transition shade than we did at first. And this just makes the top of everything blend together so nicely. It's almost like you're barely going in with any additional product of anything. And it just helps with the blending and just makes everything look so much better. So now I'm going to take my concealer and I'm just going to carve out my lids, because obviously with all of those shades and the blending, we can lose the entire lid. I'm just going to carve out my lid, make sure that you can actually see it. Now we're going to go in back to that palette, and I'm going to take the shade Glam Rapids right here. I'm going to take a setting spray. This is just the I Heart Revolution one. I'm looking for my brush. And I'm going to go in with Glam Rapids. I'm just going to spray my brush because I do that with all my shimmers. We're just going to apply that on the lid. Just going in and kind of deepening up this outer corner as well as that outer V. Now that I have the lid color and I've deepened those up, I'm just going to go in with that one blending brush that has literally nothing on it, and I'm just to blend the top of all of that together again to make sure that it's all nice and blended. So we're done with the eyes for now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do some eyeliner, and I'm going to take off the tape. Then we'll be back to finish the rest of our face makeup. Okay, so I have eyeliner done. This is probably like the best I've done my eyeliner in so long. But I like doing it against the tape because it makes it sharp just like the eyeshadow, makes everything line up. But we're going to move on to foundation. I'm taking the Makeup Revolution, the Conceal and Define oh my goodness, Full Coverage Foundation. This is a really nice foundation. I need to get another one because this one is like starting to run out, but I really love this foundation. I think that it is great. It's full coverage, but I like that when you build it up to be like the fullest coverage it can be, it does not make your skin look cakey. I'm going in with my Morphe Jeffree Star foundation brush. So after I have that blended out, I'm going to go in with just a little bit more. And I'm just going to put it on the areas that I know are usually the first for my foundation to fade. It does not matter what foundation it is. In my T-zone usually is where my foundation likes to fade first. So I just put a little bit more. And then I go in with my Real Technique sponge and we're going to blend all of this out. Just going to blend all of the foundation together. Make sure that there's no harsh lines, there's no streaks. This brush doesn't leave streaks, but sometimes in certain areas you can have like brush strokes when you like switch directions. So that is what this is just going to fix. Now I'm just going to go in with my brows and then I'm going to cream contour my face, which I showed in my last tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and skip through that, and after I get done cream contouring, I'm going to come back and obviously finish up the rest of the makeup look, but I'm going to do those things off camera real quick, and then I'm going to be right back. Okay, so now that I have all that done, I'm going to apply some concealer. I'm taking the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I'm actually in the shade Light Sand. I got a new shade of this because the shade that I had before was more pink toned. Like, it's fine, but for my concealers, I prefer to have more of a yellow tone concealer. Personally, I think yellow undertones look better on my skin, which is funny because when I go to like Sephora and they want to like shade match me for like a foundation or something, they always try to tell me, oh, you should go with pink tones, but I personally do not like pink undertones on my skin. I've tried concealers and foundations that are a pink undertone and it does not work. So I'm actually thinking about doing a video where I basically share with you guys. I did a video like a while back, like back in like the summertime, where it was like my top 5 favorite highlighters, and now I want to do one that's like my top favorite eyeshadow palettes, because I have so many eyeshadow palettes, but like on like an everyday basis when I do wear makeup, I use like the same eyeshadow palettes all the time because I just have a few in my collection that are like top staples and I love them so much. So yeah, I'm thinking about making that video. I'm starting to pre-film actually a lot of videos for 2020. This one obviously you won't see in 2020. This one's a Vlogmas video, but I've been starting to pre-film a ton of videos for 2020 because I'm trying to get like an uploading schedule put together. And it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, why would I want to like film the week of and have no content when I can like pre-film 2 videos, maybe sometimes 3 videos a day, so that way I have content like ready and produced. That way I have enough built up for like the month of January, so that way I'm not like struggling to get out videos and not knowing what to film. So now I'm gonna go in with just this Sephora Blush Me blush. This is a cream blush. It's just a like pink color, and so when you apply like any pink tone blush on this, it looks perfectly fine and it doesn't alter the appearance of the blush, but it just gives it more of like a base. And it makes the blush stand out more, because for me, the first actual product to fade on my face is my blush. I don't know why, but blush always fades on me. It does not matter the blush. It does not matter the brand. Blush just always does. And I found that when I apply cream blush, it helps keeps that blush appearance on all day. I'm not rubbing. I am patting this in with just, this is honestly a Mary Kay this is a Mary Kay brush. This used to be my mom's and she absolutely never used it, and I was over at her house one time and I think I forgot like my sponge and I needed a foundation brush, and I happened to see this in her makeup and I used it, and it wasn't bad for like foundation and concealer. It wasn't bad at all, but I loved it for creams because it's so like stiff that it blends out your creams so well. So I stole it from her. I never told her. Like, I literally never told my mom I took this brush from you. And she doesn't even, like, remember that she had it. I, like, got her some Morphe brushes, like, a few months later for, it was, like, Mother's Day or, like, Christmas or something, or, no, I think it was for Christmas last year. I got her some Morphe brushes, and she, like, threw away all her other brushes, and now she only uses Morphe. So for cream highlighter, I'm gonna go in with this one. This is by Becca, and this is like the Glow Glaze Stick. This absolutely has no color to it, but it just makes your skin look super glossy and dewy, like where it's at. Do you see that? When I want to go in with a really light highlighter, like I plan on doing today, I want to go in with, like, basically a white highlighter. When I do that, I like to use this because it doesn't, like, alter the color. Like, if I'm going in with more of a champagne highlighter, I'll use a champagne cream highlighter, but this one does not have any color payoff. It just makes your skin look glossy, so you can really apply any highlighter on top of it, and it just makes your highlighter stand out so much better. Blend out these eye creases here. I'm gonna go in with this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder, and this actually is pretty freaking good. I have it in the color light. Basically like a translucent powder. Taking a mini, this one's a fresh one, a mini Jeffree Star Morphe sponge, but this one I noticed has like a little bit of like a luminosity to it after you wipe it away, but it's nothing like crazy, but it kind of gives, like, it sets your makeup really wonderfully, but it kind of gives like a certain type of a sheen to your face. I don't know, I really enjoy it. I think that it's great. I'm just baking the center of my face with this. So now I'm gonna apply some eyeliner in my waterline. The eyeliner that I'm using today is this Avon True Color eyeliner, and this is in the shade Sepia. This is what I got in my Ipsy bag that I wanted to try, that I thought was green, but it's gold. But Christmas is like gold and pretties and greens and reds, so I want to apply this in my waterline. So I popped that in there, and to be completely honest with you, it doesn't make like a whole lot of a difference. Like, you can see that it's there. It'll probably look better when I have eyeshadow on. This is my first time using this, so this is kind of like first impressions of it. We'll see when I have like eyeshadow on, because after I apply eyeshadow, I usually just do one more layer in the waterline, just because sometimes with blending it can blend that away. So we'll see what it looks like after I apply shadow under there. Maybe the green will make the gold stand out, I don't know, but I thought it was gonna be like a brighter gold, but it's more of a darker gold. I don't know, we'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna just apply some lash glue to my lashes. The lashes I'm using today are like one of my favorite pairs right now, so I keep using them. But these are the D-Star lashes in Barbara Jean. You can actually use code Nikki to get 15% off all D-Star lashes, and I love D-Star lashes. The Page lash that I also just got is one of my favorites, and I have a couple other pairs I haven't talked about, but this one is like so dramatic. They are so dramatic because I love dramatic lashes, but I love them. Like, to the point to where I don't care. I will wear them with every single look now because I think that they are freaking fantastic, and I don't care what anyone says how dramatic they are. I'm going to use them. So now before I apply lashes, I'm going to take my Thrive Cosmetics. This is that one mascara that I got in my Ipsy bag. I'm going to be honest with you. That picture that is on the box where it's like before or like with and without, yeah, not accurate. I don't like it for like the top lashes as much as I do the bottom. I think that it makes your bottom lashes look great, but the top lashes I'm just not like super impressed with. My all-time favorite mascara is a drugstore mascara. It's my Maybelline Great Lash. Lots of lashes. That just does something to my lashes that no other mascara ever does. And the Benefit Roller Lash. Those ones are very similar on my lashes personally, and they just make my lashes do something that nothing has ever been done before, and they just make them look so amazing. So I'm obsessed with those two mascaras, like, completely. But I have not been using them, and I need to get refills of them, but I've been trying to try out other mascaras because I feel like I use the same. Once I find a product I love, I use it over and over and over, and I don't like to try new things. So I need to try new things, but at the same time I don't want to, because none of them are my roller lash, or none of them are my lots of lashes. And my eyes look like they're about ready to like fly away with these lashes, but I promise you, once we get everything else on, it's going to look better. Totally almost just grabbed a gold highlighter over my powder, and that would have been so bad. So I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the shade Classic Ivory. I keep saying it's just an ivory, but basically it is. And this is a little bit lighter than my skin tone. And this is going to be like my highlighting powder. So I'm just going to blend away all of that bake, and this is going to brighten up the center of the face. I really want the Charlotte Tilbury powder, but I wanted it light so I can use it for this same reason. I also do want the one in like my skin tone too, but it's just so expensive that like if I buy it, I'm scared that I won't like it, which I felt it and I like the texture of it, but I don't know. It's just really expensive for a powder, and I know that it's like Charlotte Tilbury and it's amazing, but I just don't want to spend that much money on a powder. I'm gonna go in with this little cute kabuki brush. I got this last Christmas. My mom got it for me, and I didn't really know how I was gonna feel about it, but when I started using it, it's perfect for powder, for like your face powder, because it's so fluffy, but it just like really sets your whole face because it's a kabuki brush. So I really enjoy this for setting my face powder, plus it's sparkly, so I just feel so like bougie when I use it. Now we're gonna move on to the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go in with this little tiny brush, and I'm gonna go in with that 1985 shade. That's our transition shade, and I'm just going to basically put this on the lower lash line as a transition. This lower lash line we're going to make a little bit more smoky, but instead of taking black, I'm going to take this gray color, and this is in the shade Vroom Vroom. Love that name, Vroom Vroom. And it's a really beautiful gray, and it's matte. And I'm going to just push this up on my lower lash line. Usually when I have black eyeliner, I like to kind of smoke it down, but I want to take gray because gray is kind of more of like a cooler tone compared to black. I think that that's going to make this eyeliner stand out even more. If it has kind of like that contradictor right up next to it, you're really going to be able to see it. So I think black would just be way too harsh and take it away. So pushing that up on my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with Nate, and we're going to blend out that gray color. I'm going to go in with Wake and Bake, which is that one, not What's the Tea, where it's that yellow mustard pukey green. It's the actual baby pukey green. And we're going to blend all of this out into each other. Basically, I'm just applying this underneath those two colors. That way it blends them both into each other, and it just all looks seamless. You can still see the three colors, but they're just blended into each other. So now I'm gonna take that gold eyeliner again and just apply more in the waterline. I think it's pretty to pop in with looks. Do I think it's like the most pigmented thing in the world? No. I'm gonna take the shade Welcome, which is just a really pretty white shimmery color, and I'm just applying this on my brow bone. We're just gonna hit the inner corner as well with this. For bronzer today, I'm gonna go in with this palette because I haven't used it in a little bit on my channel, and I really do like these bronzers. I take this shade Blogger right here. This is like my favorite bronzer out of this whole palette. And then that really red shade Fabulous. If I have a spray tan, I will mix Blogger and like a little dab of Fabulous, and it's perfect. Just gonna bronze up my face with this. This is a super warm bronzer, and I am 100% well aware of that, but I love it. Across the forehead as well. Now that I look like super bronzed, I'm gonna take the shade Donut, right here, which is a really cool toned, I'm dropping stuff, really cool toned bronzer, and I'm going to contour with this. Put this right in my contour line. We're going to contour the nose. I'm just going to take my bronzer brush and we're just going to blend out with no additional product those contour lines. Now I'm going to go in with my translucent powder again, and I'm going to bake underneath my contour as well as my nose. Let that bake. For blush, I'm going to go in with this Tarte blush that I also got in my Ipsy bag, and it's in the shade Kisses. A really pretty, kind of more vibrant pink. In the pan it has some gold shimmer, but when you apply it on the cheeks it does not, but this is super pigmented. And I'm just going to apply this on my cheeks. So I'm going to take this brush again and we're going to wipe away that nose contour. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my powder that I used to set my face. This is by MAC. And I'm going to apply a little bit to my brush and I'm going to blend out the powder underneath my contour. And this is just going to blend not only my blush, but it's going to marry my contour and my bronzer all together. And because blush is the first thing that always fades on me, I'm just going to apply another layer. So because I always forget to do this, I'm going to take just my Gimme Brow. This is a little baby size I got in my Ipsy bag as well. But we're just going to set the brows with this. I also like to feather them up because it just makes them look a little bit better and more like a natural brow. I'm just going to kind of fan the brows and make sure that they set. So I'm going to spray my face with setting spray again, but right after I do that, I'm going to apply this highlighter. This is by Estate Cosmetics, and it's a baked highlighter in the shade Do Me. Sorry, it's like a white highlighter, so it just made the camera like go a little funky, but it's in the shade Do Me, and I got this in my Ipsy bag a while ago. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray my face, and then we're going to go ahead and immediately apply some highlighter. Alright, so here we go. This is just going to make the highlighter one beam more and just look so incredibly pretty. Like, holy crap. The highlighter gods are, like, welcoming us. Typically, after I apply blush, I like to go in with, like, a highlighting powder. Just make, like, the natural parts of my face basically highlighted and make them just look really naturally pretty from, like, a glow from within. I got that tip from Jaclyn Hill, but typically I do that, but I forgot to do it today because I was so focused on this highlighter. I'm just going to apply some bottom mascara real quick. So for lips, I'm going to be taking this NYX lip liner, and this is in the shade Burgundy. I'm going to line my lips with this. I do like to overline my bottom and my top lip slightly, so I'm just going to overline like the bottom center, and then I'm going to follow my natural lip line going back up. So now I'm just going to ombre in this lip line just a little bit. And then now I'm going to go in with this liquid lip. This is by Huda Beauty. This is the liquid matte lipstick in the shade Heartbreaker. This is more of like a brighter pinky red, but I figured it would go great with this look and it would definitely make the eyes stand out. So now that I have this makeup look complete, I'm just going to go ahead and get dressed, fix my hair, and kind of go on with my day. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's holiday makeup look. It definitely is super festive. You got the green eyes with the red lip. We are just ready to go for Christmas. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's chit chat. Get ready with me. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, and also to subscribe down below for new videos and turn on that bell. That way you're notified when I upload a new video. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. I love you guys. Bye.
you.